I just want to make it clear that it's not my topic that Sir just declared. I'm going to talk on India as a net security provider in Indo-Pacific. There have been some miscommunication from between me to the organizer and to the chair. So I just want to make it clear. I'm sorry, my voice is a bit choked. So. Uh, DG CNJOs, Dr. Ashok Kumar, Director Makayas, Dr. Swarup Prasad Ghosh, and Professor Projit Palit, representing Makayas, Chair of the session, Dr. Parulkar, my fellow panelists, colleagues, and my dear students, and everyone present in the audience. Uh, when we talk about Indo-Pacific, and it's not a very old term. We came across this term nearly in 2007 when Shinzo Abe first talked about it. Although it's a very old term used by a German sociologist, but in our usage in international relations and strategic affairs, it is popular after rigorous use by the Americans. So from 2007 2010, this term has been more popular, and with India's joining with Quad, it has been perceived as India is more active and Indo-Pacific is more relevant to we Indians. But the question is, we are talking about whether Indo-Pacific or Indian Ocean, we are talking about we are the net security provider. Now, what does this net security provider mean? And since it's a seminar jointly organized by a think tank under Ministry of Culture and a think tank under Ministry of Defense, so I would like to uh, see that how these connects, how culture looks into defense and how defense looks into culture, and what is the academic culture about the strategic culture of this nation. And in academia or in universities of our country, people, for whatever reason, they raise point that why we are wasting money and time by upgrading some other nation's capabilities in the name of being a net security provider. You have Amlasol, you have Yavatmal, so why you are wasting time and money in somewhere in Seychelles or in Bangladesh or in Sri Lanka or in Madagascar? What is the point? My point is India, whether it calls itself a net security provider or not, India is basically a security maximizer for its own sake, for its own national interest. We are not doing any charity there in Seychelles or in Papua New Guinea or in Fiji. We are just taking care so that we survive under whatever challenges we have in Indian Ocean, in the Pacific, or in Indo-Pacific together. So we are not doing any charity. We are just being a security maximizer by not becoming a power maximizer. We believe in stability, and our interests are there in stability in this region. So we are just taking care of our own national interest. That is survival, security, dignity, and prosperity. And other than this, we really have no such options. What can we do? Can we just say that no, no, we don't need this kind of thing? We are okay between Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Arunachal, and that is what we are. But don't forget that where the Indian maritime border ends, it's an international water body, and that too under Indo-Pacific. And you like it or not, everyone, every other power, be it America, be it Britain, be it China, everyone is active in Indo-Pacific. And it's international, the area where it's international water. So if you have any kind of adversarial relation, they will be active on that particular water body, and you will have problems. We talk about 2008, but can we forget that what happened in 1971? There was an American vessel that started approaching Indian Ocean. Had there been no Soviet support, it could have been a problem for us. I mean, we have all faith and confidence on our navy, but uh, the power equation is also very important. We can't think like that. No, no, it's okay. I mean, we don't need to be active in Indo-Pacific. That's a luxury for country like India. Now, what are the interests we have? Number one, free navigation, that we cannot compromise. Number two, the growing Chinese aggrandizement. Now, China has one argument that since they are according to their parameter, they are uh, most upgraded economy in the world right now, even above America. It's their argument. So it's quite natural they will have presence in Indian Ocean or Indo-Pacific, and there is nothing wrong in it. But we know that what it means for us. Wherever they are present, they have successfully, planfully converted that particular island states or some islands into their defense port or defense base, be it Djibouti, be it Hambantota, be it Malé, be it wherever. So China is a major concern. Another point is we have some strategic points, some choke points in this strategic region that we must have control over that. Hormuz, Gulf of Aden, Madagascar, and Straits of uh, is this picture clear? And if you look at this picture carefully, any possible Chinese aggression towards India is only possible through Straits of Malacca. So if we can uh, look into or control or at least can have some edge over Strait of Malacca, that would make half of our job done. Now the question is how we are becoming a net security provider. There are two ways. Either we can be friendly or we can go for cooperation with those countries who are already powerful, or we can empower some countries that will somehow in long run will be with us. But we have followed both the policies, and that too not just in bilateral sense, in multilateral sense too. So we have some countries that we go for joint military exercise like Japan, like Sri Lanka, like Australia, US, very importantly, France. We have some trilateral with India, France, UAE, and France is very important. There is no doubt about it. But what I'm trying to underline is that Quad is not the only organization that is important for India's Indo-Pacific strategy, because what Quad looks into Indo-Pacific as this. This is Quad's idea of Indo-Pacific, where their focus is primarily on Pacific and least on Indian Ocean, because it's US conceptualization of security zone or zone of influence. So they're more bothered about China in their territory or in their region. But our idea of Indo-Pacific is rather this, where India at the center. We start from Madagascar to the Pacific. Okay, so if we completely depend on, can I have some water, please? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Sorry. So what I'm trying to underline is, if you go by the American understanding that their Indo-Pacific, their idea of Indo-Pacific is the only one, and Quad is most important, the only important, that will mislead us. In our understanding, what is important is Indian Ocean Commission, that is Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Reunion, and Comoros. And with these countries, we have successfully developed some infrastructural projects. Like in Madagascar, India has provided HADR missions, naval training, defense engagement under Sagar, and some future maritime domain awareness cooperation. In Comoros and Mozambique Channel states, we have engagement on capacity building missions and supporting EEZ monitoring. It's a part of our Western Indian Ocean Maritime Partnership. On Mauritius, we have built Coast Guard headquarters and offshore patrol vessels. We have developed one Agalega Island project. It's for strategic and for civilian purpose, both. In Seychelles, we have one island development project, although it had some other problem I'll come back to later. And Coast Guard facility is also there. India has working in cooperation. Next, BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC is very important, as our Honorable Minister of External Affairs said that in our Indo-Pacific design, okay, I'll wind up. In our Indo-Pacific design, BIMSTEC is very important. It's not just a regional organization that is aimed at replacing SARC. We have moved beyond that understanding that India's region is within South Asia. Now we are talking about Indian Ocean and Pacific. So it's a large theater that we are bothered. It's a large theater that we are a major player of. So BIMSTEC is not about South Asia or Southeast Asia at all. It's and we have seen that in last nearly 10 years how BIMSTEC has successfully transformed into a security framework than from a trade framework. At the very beginning, in 1997, when India started its journey, and India was offered this leadership on this organization by Thailand, India was very reluctant about any kind of security cooperation, and said, no, we are not interested in security, only non-political things, business, connectivity, and all good things, civil society. No, nothing with security. But later we have seen from 2014, India has successfully done some, and India is leading the pillar of security in BIMSTEC. That's very important. That directs its counter-terrorism program. India has hosted one MILEX in 2018, that is joint military operation, military exercise, I'm sorry. India is also taking care of human security, cyber security, and some information sharing. And India is taking care of, taking care that so that there is no money in this region spent against others' country through terrorist measure. That is no money for terror initiative. So this is about BIMSTEC. Indian Ocean Rim, I don't have time to talk about, but I just want to mention one last thing with the permission of the chair. That is, we have some problems, and that really questions our return of investment in these areas. We have invested our not just time, we have invested our money in these area, and that's even in nothing. I mean, in compared to what China is having, and they started this journey much early in Indian Ocean, in the Pacific. So we have to spend money. There cannot be any doubt about it. But the problem is, China in this region face comparatively small problem on the question of domestic politics, but we, India, we have some problems in their domestic politics. What I'm trying to tell you, that the political parties or the government in these countries determine that what kind of relation they would have with India, and that in a way control our entire involvement in these projects, our future or our takeaway from these initiatives. You look at Bangladesh, what happened? We invested a lot. One fine morning, not a fine morning although, there is some change, and Bangladesh is out of our control. And you'll be surprised to know, since most of you are not a Bengali speaker, you probably not aware of it. I'm trying to translate. In Bangladesh, just before that so-called rebellion on 5th August 2024, they used to, through Facebook, they used to communicate that এক ইঞ্চি জমিও ছাড়িব না বিনা যুদ্ধে নাহি দেব সুচগ্র মেদিনী. It means that will not provide you an inch of land. Why so? It was a connectivity project of India under BIMSTEC that was trying to connect India, Bangladesh and Myanmar. But their point was, it's a kind of violation of their territorial integrity and sovereignty. And on this question, they started, just 2 minutes. It's okay, 2 minutes? And with this note, they just spreaded all these anti-India jargons and rhetoric, everything. You look at not just countries in South Asia or in our immediate neighborhood. Beyond our immediate neighborhood, you see the countries like Madagascar. There have been multiple anti-Indian riots, and it's better to call it pogrom because it was state-sponsored. In Fiji, Indians had faced these problems too. Only when there are some pro-India government in power, relations with Indians and India is okay. But what about if there is no anti-India, if there is any anti-India government, what would happen? So these things is a matter of concern, and along with this, one thing I just want to mention and wind up, that is the smaller nations also have a tendency of strategic hedging. That is, they want to bargain with India, saying China is giving 100 rupees, then comes to India back, then going to China saying, Arey, India is giving 150. So they want to believe in this strategic hedging, a complete and continuous bargaining. So it's difficult, but we have to do with it. Thank you.